What's up everybody, this is Rob Sheck. So today we're doing the next video in my Gran Turismo 4 walkthrough. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Help me get to 1,000 subs. Hoping to get there by the end of the year. As of right now, only 8% of my viewers are subbed, which is hopefully going to get higher. But yeah, we're doing Gran Turismo 4. Great walkthrough, great game. Doing the Japanese Championship. We're on Twin Ring Motegi, the full course, which is great. Trying to figure out if I should do AI fails. Maybe I will or maybe I won't. I'm not really sure yet. It's just kind of all up in the air at this point because, you know, obviously in this game, this course is a little bit more, it seems like AI do a little bit more stuff here, maybe. But we'll see. But yeah, at the same time, like, I just drilled that evolution and he just rolled with it. I mean, as I've said before in these games, the AI are just too perfect. It like makes the game not very fun sometimes. If the AI just are perfect every second, it's like, make a mistake. Like I just shove him off the road and he barely, look at that. He like did fine. Well, at least I'll push him up towards the NSX so that he's not out of the draft. But yeah, it's just like, the AI are so good that makes the game just like not very interesting. That's just something I've noticed. But I'll probably just chill in the back now. I'll try not to do too much more. I won't do any more. I kind of messed up the evolution earlier, just trying to make it, see if he'd go through it, and then he didn't. So I'm like, no, I'll just leave him alone. He has a pretty bad top speed, so I'm just gonna kind of like, eventually you obviously can't make him go any faster. Just because, you know, that's just how it is with the Evos. All have really pretty low top speeds in this game, and it's based on obviously their real life cars that don't have high top speeds because they're tuned for rally. So that's part of it. But yeah. So thank y'all so much for watching. Though these are very fun to make. This game is super fun. We've obviously been going through this game, picking every car. I want every single car to be a prize car that I will unlock and use, unless like they won't let me, which is a few cars. The Nike and the Jay Leno tank car are two to be exact. That you just can't use them in anything. So far we've used a different car in every course or every championship or every race that would give me a prize car. So we're doing good. Again, something I've just noticed with this game is the AI is just like so complacent and so stagnant, and it just makes for an interesting experience because it's kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say that it's just like boring all the time, because not every race is like this, but like look at this, they're literally all in a row, all driving together, and the Evo is just like chilling in the back, and I'm like, this is interesting, I guess. I mean, maybe there's a chance that they will mess each other up later. I mean, they're making contact with each other. We're seeing some action here, but it's still just like they're so good at driving that course that they just like don't make mistakes, and then it just makes it kind of dull sometimes. But then at the same time, when they do make mistakes, it's really interesting and funny, and the cars definitely get better every lap. You notice that they're PRs, their best lap times are always improving every single time. And so I'm like, okay, so clearly like you guys, they had a plan with how they developed the AI in this game, and it was to make the AI slowly push harder and harder. But yeah, it just seems like maybe it's too slow or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I don't know if I think my recording is still fine. It looked like it did something weird there for a second. But yeah, so like obviously the game is super fun and enjoyable, and there's so many cars, there's so much fun to do in this game, there's so much going on every single race. But obviously at the same time it's like, you know, you have AI that just drives so clean that then it just becomes kind of not interesting anymore. And so I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to think about that, you know? Like, NSX just actually made a pass on whatever lap we're on right now. The start of the end of the second lap, start of the third. I'm like, good job, dude. You actually did it. I'm proud of you. You made a pass. And then everybody else has just been driving the same little ghost path all the time. And I'm like, it just makes for an interesting race in that they do just seem to like handle everything well. And of course, you can shove them and knock them like I did with the Evo at the beginning, just to kind of see what happens. But then, yeah, like they're so good at handling all the corners that now they're all just chilling together in a row of, you know, four with me at the top front. So technically, 5 cars are all within 2 seconds of each other. I'm starting to pull away now, but the other 4 are right next to each other, and they probably will stay like that. And I just think that's a little bit boring. I think that's my main point. But obviously I've done enough races where I've absolutely destroyed everybody, so I'll try to make people happy by the ones that don't want me to just destroy everybody. So this is one of the races where I'm just trying to drive as normally as possible and actually let them do their thing. But again, yeah, it's just like they're all a little group, and they just are following each other very closely, staying in each other's draft, but also not making any passes. So it's like, okay, it's just interesting that they made the AI so clean. I think I know it was for the B spec mode, but I'm like, wow. NSX is pulled into second. Not surprising. I don't mess with him. He actually is significantly better. Like, it's not even funny how much better the NSX is compared to everybody else. So obviously I wanted to brew in some of his races just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, because he would be just second every single time. And there's not, the next best car is probably the 300ZX, and the 300ZX is not even close. So again, I like that I intentionally started it over a few times, trying to get the best cars in the race, and I'm pretty sure an NSX Type R from Gen 3 is probably the best car that we could get in this race. And maybe there's like a Nismo 400R that's tuned slightly, but like I kind of doubt that. There's so many cars that fit in this exact category of the 90s Japanese Championship and early 2000s, and so I'm like, I think it would just become impossible to try to figure that out. But again, interesting thing about this one is how the Evo is not doing nearly as well towards the Supra. The Supra was getting destroyed by the Evo in other courses, and so now we're on this circuit and it's not even close. The Supra is destroying the Evo and is actually staying with the cars in front of him. Even before the NSX passed the Supra, that Supra was sticking with all the other cars in the lobby except for the Evo, because the Evo is way behind. But I'm like, that's weird. The NSX is doing a good job of staying with me. I just went off the road there, but I'm like, what? What is even happening right now? So, again, great game. Love it. Very fun. Very enjoyable. A lot of good stuff. AI fails are fun. If there's ever any, I'll talk about them, and I'll put them in the AI fails channel playlist I have on my channel. But for now, this one seems like a clean one. I'll look at the replay. We'll show the replay together. I won't talk through that. I'll just let it go. But yeah, it's fun stuff. Thank you all for watching, and we did well. Obviously the Nismo 400 or 3. This is the Nismo GTR LM road car, or road going version, according to the earlier Gran Turismo games. So this thing is iconic in Gran Turismo games because it's been in, I think, every one of them but Sport. It's probably going to be in 7 as well. I don't really know what their obsession is with this car. I don't think it's like super great. The race car was way better, and they don't even have that in these games anymore, so it's fine. But thank you all again for watching. Enjoy the rest of the video, enjoy the replay, and y'all are awesome. Peace.